Drop it. All right. Shortee's DJs. Shortee's DJs. 202. What to do? Shortee's DJs. 202. What to do? Shortee's DJs. 202. This is what they call a drop. MC on my knee. MC on my knee. 202. MC on my knee. Drum and bass or hip hop. 202. To learn to DJ from Shortee's. 202. To learn to DJ from Shortee. Yeah, check it out.
My personal style of mixing, I use all pitch control. I don't really touch the record at all. I keep my hand on the pitch, and then instead of pushing the platter forward, I'll just grab the pitch and just jump it up like 3 or 4 steps and then bring it right back. I mean, it's the same as speeding it up, and to me it's just quicker, and I think I hear it register quicker. So I think I just have more control when I use the pitch control.
Now we're going to build on some techniques that you learned in the DJ 101, but since this is a 202, we're going to step it up just a little bit and get a little more advanced. So right now, when I'm preparing my sets at home, I usually try to put all my records in a row and actually plan where I'm going to bring in each one, so it's like a total prepared set, like a big long song, rather than just winging it. Sometimes I like to wing it, but most gigs I like to prepare the whole thing. So right now I've already mixed these 2 records. I know they're both on beat. And what I want to do with these records is make them build together, okay? So instead of dropping it after the build like we did in 101 or going on feeling, this is going to be totally planned. So first of all, here's the first build in this record that I'll be mixing this record into. So this is what the build sounds like. And it goes into the break. And here's the break. Now it just builds up, just like this. Keeps building. And that's where I'm going to want the other record to come in and drop this one out, okay? So this build sounds like this. So that's what I want to come out of this build with, okay? So first I have to count how many measures this one has so then I can line it up with this one. So first I count. All right, here's the beginning. 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Okay, so that's 6 groups of 8, okay? So 6 times 8, that would be 48. So what we're going to do is we're going to count 48 until here. So basically, I've counted already. And I figured out that 48 until the break starts 32 bars before the break for here. So what I want to do is get to the spot. Now, what I also like to do is find like a key reference point. So this one it says recognize twice. So I'm going to listen for the first recognize, and then I know the next one is 32 before the break, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Right here, we're listening. And that was the first one, okay? So now I'm queuing this one up in my headphones. And this is what I hear in my headphones. Okay, so now I'm ready. I'm going to wait for the second recognize. And it's coming pretty soon. And during this time, you can also check to make sure it's on beat, like a last check. So I know it's on beat. It's coming up soon. And right now, this volume will be down when I drop it in, okay? So that was my cue. So now in my headphones, I'm mixing it. Okay, once I got it on, then I'm going to start bringing it in. You can bring it in with the bass down and slowly bring it up, or you can have the bass all the way up. Keeping it on. There we go, it's breaking, see? Keeping it on. Here it comes. Drop it out. And there you go. And then here is an example of a really quick mix with some breaks records. Now we got these records on, and we're playing it. And this is one you'll want to count like before, kind of like you're making the records build together, but this is at the very end of the song. So first you listen to this one.
You have some fabulous live music later on.
Find the beginning. Now I'm counting. So that's about 8 beats. So now I want to count here 8 beats from the end and see where it falls. Now this is what it sounds like, right? Now I've counted beforehand, so I know when I hear that first flute, I better get this record ready, because the next time I hear, after 8 of that, it's going to be only 8 beats left of the song. So I hear the flute. And then the next one comes in. Real quick mix. If you notice, I didn't even beforehand. I kind of did it as I was doing it. That's how quick it is. So you can use those techniques. Just make sure your volumes are level, and you do that all beforehand in the headphones. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to mix with 2 people, okay? And since this is the 202, we're going to step it up a notch and go from one turntable setup into the other turntable setup. Now when you're mixing with 2 people, you can mix on just 2 turntables, and basically one person mixes and then the other one comes around and takes their turn. But since this is a 202, we're going to make it a little bit harder and try the 4 turntable setup with 2 over here and 2 over there. So basically, DJ Faust, he'll be playing his record over here. And the key to mixing to another turntable setup is mixing to the monitors. Okay, so I won't be hearing his record in my headphones. I will only be hearing my record, and I'll have to listen to the speaker that's in the DJ booth to hear his record. So I just put one headphone on this ear, right? And then the other ear, I'm listening with the speakers, okay? So he drops his record and he's mixing. I mean, he's playing the record or whatever. And he can be like scratching on the other side as I'm doing this, as long as he's paying attention to me, okay? That just takes practice and time. So he's paying attention to me and still rocking the other side. And right now, I'm mixing in the headphones to make sure it's on. Okay, so I got it on, right? It's on beat. So now I'm ready to start mixing it in. And this one, I'm just going to drop it and scratch it a few times before I mix it in. Now it's my record because he dropped it out. So it's not his anymore, it went straight into mine. So now we keep it going, right? And he's mixing his next record into this using the monitor, which he's done already in advance. And I can be taking my other turntable and just adding sounds. Right? So he's mixing, and then the song plays and it continues, right? We let it play all the way through, or to where we want to cut it out at. And we prepared this beforehand, so we know that around the end, that's where he's going to want to start mixing the next record. So now the song's played all the way through, and he's mixing it to the monitor. And I can be adding sounds. Now they're both playing, so we got to work with each other and keep them on beat. Now I'm about to drop mine out. And then it's right into his. And we've gone back and forth. And that's mixing with two people.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Now I want to show you how to scratch with another person. So first off, in that routine, we did something called a turntable duet, or it's like a turntable band. Basically, Faust had the drums, and I had the sound, or the word, or whatever I choose to add to his drums, and that makes it more of like a full song, you know what I mean? So we got, in the 101, you learned how to do some scratch drumming, And so now, with that scratch drumming and with the scratches you learned in the 101, you can then take another person and do it together. So first, when the person starts drumming, you start to kind of feel their beat, feel their tempo, get in the groove. And then you start adding your sound in with them. So first he starts drumming, and you cue your sound up. I'm feeling it.
That's right.
All right, now I feel comfortable about dropping it in. So now I'm just going to do it as I was scratching to another beat.
That's right, party people. That's right. That's right, party people. That's right. That's right, party people.
So basically, that's a turntable duet. It's really easy to do because it's just like scratching if you had like a beat playing on your other turntable and you're scratching to it. The only difference is it's more of a live performance because you're both doing it live, like you're playing the drums or playing an instrument. So he's going to fluctuate just naturally with his beat. He might go a little slower, a little faster, and I just got to get good at keeping in time with him and kind of like reading his vibe. You end up reading each other's minds almost once you start practicing a little bit together. So work on that and you'll be able to do the turntable duet. Okay, next up, we did something called scratching back and forth. This is really good for practicing when you're practicing with another person and at a live show because you can improvise it right off once you know that person. Even if you're just like, hey, scratch with me live, if the other person knows how to scratch with another person, it's like right off, you can improvise it. So basically, we have a beat playing and he was playing the beat over on that side, and all we did was, if I hear him scratching for 4 beats, then I scratch for 4 beats. If he scratches for 2 beats, I scratch for 2 beats. If he scratches for 4 bars, then I wait and I scratch for 4 bars. And then when you get good at scratching with another person, you can even add in sounds as they're scratching, just kind of like little drops, so you're kind of enhancing it, not scratching over because you don't want to like make it all chaotic, but if you just like dropped in one as they were scratching as kind of a little accent. So let's show them how to scratch back and forth. First we're going to do a little scratch. You want to do 4 bars and 4 bars? We'll do 4 bars, 4 bars. Okay. So he drops the beat, and I'm finding my sound. And he finds his sound, and he's going to go first. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3. So now Once you get good at practicing back and forth, you can even go by beat. 1 beat, 1 beat, 2 beats, 2 beats, whatever you feel is comfortable, and just go back and forth. And you may have noticed if the record skips on your side, your friend that you're scratching with should pick it up. And once you get good at scratching with each other, they'll be able to tell. So basically, say I'm scratching. Throw that beat on real quick. Say I'm scratching. Oh no, it skipped. She picks it right up, and I cue it back up. And then I'm right on. Uh-oh, it skipped. What do I do? You just play it off. So that's basically how you play off a skip. And that's really handy at a live show. Let me tell you, we do it all the time. So that's scratching with another person. I hope that helped you, and maybe you and your friends can scratch together, and you can do it like more than 2 people. You can do 3 people, 4 people, however many people you want. Qbert has an octagon table where he has 4 different setups, so up to 8 people could scratch all in a row just like that, and it's a great practice tool.
I was showing this girl I was talking to how to scratch, and I go, okay, why don't you just do whatever? And so she didn't know what to do, right? So she went on there, and she was scratching, you know, kind of like backwards, and wow, wow, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Why not? You know, wow.
Well, the scratch is the Flair scratch. I named it after myself, DJ Flair. Yeah, basically I came up with it through, you know, listening to a Cash Money record.
I work with the DJ scratching. Behind those scratches is an art form,
So now I'm going to teach you a few more scratches to implement in whether you're scratching by yourself or with another person or whatever. All right, first scratch, real easy. We know the stab, right? Or you could do. Okay, we're going to reverse that and do the backward scratch. Basically, instead of starting at the beginning of the sound, we start in the middle of the sound and we pull backwards like this. But we're going to do it with the fader so it's nice and clean. So basically, all you do is when you pull it back, you pull the fader to the middle and then bring it back again. So it's like this. One more time. And you can do high pitched or really slow. But that's the backward scratch. Okay, next up, we have the tap pause scratch. Now this scratch is basically, it's really good with words or numbers, or rather than a long sound like this. You'd want more something like this one.
That's right, party people.
Okay, now basically what it is you're stopping it between each word. So all you're doing is you're stopping it, and you're going to stop it and pull the fader over kind of like a stab and bring it back so you don't hear kind of like the finger movement. So it's like this.
That's right, party people.
And you're just slowing it down. It sounded like.
That's right, party people.
Little fast. Now you go.
That's right, party people.
Or you can go.
That's right, party people.
Another way to do that is to use numbers, and then people can really see what you're doing by reversing it back around. So here's some numbers. All right, here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, all we're going to do is we're going to go do the tap pause, and then we're going to reverse it on the way back and do some stabs. So what it is, you find out where your numbers start. 1's here, pointing that way. 2's there. 3's there. And 4's there. So we're going to stop and do the same tap pause, and then we're going to pull it back and go back through the numbers reverse. And it makes the crowd go crazy. All right, you ready?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now bring it back to 3.
3.
And 2.
2.
And then 1.
1.
And do your stabs. So you ready?
1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 1.
One more time.
1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 1.
There you go. Tap pausing with some stabs. That was actually a little combo for you. All right, next up we got the tip scratch. And this scratch is one I learned from Qbert. It's actually not even using the crossfader.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So you get a sound, and all it is using the tip of the scratch, okay? Rather than playing it all the way through, we're just going to use the tip. So it kind of acts like a fader and cuts it like that. So you go just at the very beginning. All right, now you can add accents, which an accent is basically pushing it harder so it's louder, and then doing some quiet ones in between. So you go, and faster it sounds. So that's the tip scratch. Okay, next up we got the hydroplane. Now I really like this one. First you find a sound, and I like to use a little high-pitched sound because it sounds like a bird chirping or something like that. Now the hydroplane is all about friction and sweat. And if you don't have sweat, use a hand moistener. And maybe you see them at the post office, people rub their hands in it and then they can pick up papers easier or whatever. Well, if you have really dry hands, you'll want to use that. But right now, I'm a little sweaty, so we're going to work with my sweat. And all you got to do is you work with a little ball of your finger right there. So it's not like the whole finger, just that little teeny skin right there. And so we get it all nice and moist. And then all you're doing, you can also lick if you have no hand moistener. It's not sanitary, but whatever. All right, so you let it play. And then as you're pulling it back, your little ball of your finger is riding the vinyl. So it's like this. All right? It's kind of vibrating as it does it. And that's the hydroplane. It's a little hard to get started, but once you get the feel of it, it's all good. Okay, next up we got scribbles. Scribbles are also really easy. All you're doing is vibrating your hand and you're getting kind of stiff. So your fingers are up like this, and your whole arm gets tense, and you're just like crazy. And you can add the volume, and it sounds cool. That's a scribble. Okay, next we got the finger friction scratch. Now this scratch is also using the little skins, the little balls on your fingers. But all you're doing is you're kind of stopping it, and it's another faderless scratch. So your fingers are acting like the fader where they're cutting pieces of the sound, kind of gating it. All right, so you go, you have it at the, you let the sound play, and you have it kind of at the end, and then you let your fingers stop it. Just like that. And you can do it with both fingers. And it makes like a crazy warbly sound. Okay, next up, we got the platter scratch. Now, the platter scratch is basically like this. All you're doing is you're kind of slowing up the platter with that little ball piece. I love that little piece of skin. It works really well. All you do is you kind of like ride the platter just like that. And so you let it play, and as you're going. So you let it play, and then you make it a little lower, bring it back a little lower, and stop it a little more. And the harder you stop it, the lower the sound. And fast it sounds like this. Cool, right? All right, next up we got some combos. Now, combos, basically all you're doing is putting all those scratches you've learned already and putting them in a row. And we learned maybe 1 or 2 combos in the 101, but we're gonna like stretch it a little more. Take it a little farther. So first we just did the platter scratch, so we're gonna learn a combo with that. Okay, we got the faderless scratch, you learned that in the 101. Where it's going, let it play, pull it back. Let it play, pull it back. But going into the combination, you would go like this. So one into the other. And with the beat, it sounds like this.
Yeah.
Just like that. Really, really easy. Really easy. Okay, next up, we got the single time into double time. Now, with this, I'm going to show you with a chirp and a baby scratch, okay? So we got your chirp, and we got your baby scratch. Okay? And we're going to put them together, but the baby scratches are going to be twice as fast as the chirps. So we're going to go 2 chirps, 1 baby scratch, and then a chirp, and then another baby scratch. Or you can do it in any order you want, but this is how I'm showing it right now. So this is what it sounds like fast. Okay, so all you're doing is chirp, chirp, baby, chirp, baby, chirp, stab. So here we go. Fast. There you go. Okay, next up we got scribbles into tears. All right, you got your scribbles, you got your tears, or like any kind of tear you want to do, and you just put it with the scribble. And you can also add the up and down and make some crazy, crazy sounds. So you go scribbles, tears. Okay, so we'll add the up and down. There you go, scribbles into tears. Or you can always reverse it, but we'll go into that in a second. Okay, next up, we got the single to double time tears. Okay, we're just doing some tears. One of my favorites is the forward and then back twice, and then adding the fader. Okay, now single to double time, like we did with the chirp and the baby scratch, you're doing a slow one and then a fast one. So you got your halftime one, and then your double time. And it sounds like this. One more time. And all it is slow, and then fast, and then just like that, single into double. And you can do that with any scratch, like I said before. Okay, next up, we have the twiddle flare, chirp flare. Now, we learned the twiddle flare last time, and we also learned the chirp flare combo. The twiddle flare starts in the middle, and you're doing your twiddle with the 2 crab fingers and the flare together, so it sounds nice triplet sound. And then you got your chirp flare, which is chirp, flare. Okay, so we're going to do the twiddle flare into the chirp flare. So it sounds like this. Okay, one more time. Twiddle, and then chirp flare. One more time. There you go. Okay, next we got forwards, backwards. Now forwards, backwards you can do with pretty much any scratch, okay? And I'm going to show you again with the chirp flare. But you can basically, you take any combo that you already have, and this is really good if you hit one of those blocks and you're like, I can't think of any more scratches, and I'm watching people and I'm not learning anything new. All you got to do is take your combos that you already know and reverse them. So we got, say, the chirp flare, so it's chirp first, then flare. So to reverse it, you put them in the opposite order, flare, chirp. So we got chirp, flare, and then flare, chirp. And it sounds like this. So chirp, flare, and then flare, chirp. Forwards, backwards. You can do that with any combo. So work on that one. That's one of my favorites. Okay, next up, I want to show you how to drop out the beat as you're playing. So we got the beat playing, and all you're going to do is you're going to do like kind of a solo scratch where you drop out the beat and then bring it right back in on beat. So we got the beat playing, and you can also do it with the up and down. You can drop it down and drop it back up, but I'm going to show you the easier way with the crossfader. So we got this beat playing, and you start scratching. Solo.
Did you say?
See, drop it out and then bring it in. And you can do them short. all you gotta do is basically hear the beat in your head when you're dropping it out. So you're counting and then you're dropping it back in. So that's dropping out the beat. So next up, I want to show you something really quick using some effects. So we got the beat playing. We're tapping it, getting on beat, or you can auto BPM it, whatever. And you click that on.
Yo.
Get your scratch. And you hear it, it's echoing. And that way, you don't even have to do this, and you can add more, and you create different patterns with the effects. So I can go. And all that was just this. But with the effects, it sounds like it's creating a different pattern. Because everything's echoing. And there is no way you can do that without effects. No way. You may have like maybe 4 people doing it all at once, but you cannot do that without the effects, as much as you try. So some other ways you could do it, triplets. Kind of triplets. Just come up with some crazy sounds. So just experiment with the effects, see what you can come up with, and they really add to your show. It makes all your scratches blend in and out better with the beat, so it's not like really abrasive, and it just flows much better. I really love using the effects in my show, and I highly recommend it. So that's scratching.
Watch out now. Yeah. Watch out now. Yeah. Watch out now. Yeah. Watch out now. Yeah. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out now. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out now. Watch out now. Yeah. 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 Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now. Yeah. Watch out now. Yeah. Watch out now. Yeah. Watch out now. Yeah. Watch out now. Watch out. Watch out now. Yeah. Watch out now. Yeah. Watch out now. Yeah.
Alright kids, now it's time to beat juggle. Now if you remember from the 101, we did the beginner's beat juggle techniques, which was the back spinning, the tap pausing. Now we're going to step it up a notch because it's 202, so we're going to learn the shuffle. Alright, first off, with most beat juggles, you're going to want your records, the songs that you use, to be in an 8th note pattern. So it'll sound like 1 and 2 and. So here we go. We got kick, hi-hat, snare, hi-hat, making that 1 and 2 and pattern. And it sounds like this. 1 and 2 and. Hear it? Okay, and they're both the same. So with the shuffle, you start with them both starting at the beginning. And first, you're going to drop this one. And once you hear that hi-hat, you're immediately going to do just kind of a stab, but double stab like this. Just like that with that bass drum. Okay? But it's right after the hi-hat, so when you're dropping it, you're going bass drum, and then the snare will hit over here just naturally, and then you hit the other bass drum. So it sounds like this. One more time. I'm going to do it one more time because it's impossible to do in slow motion. Here we go. All right, next up, the record will be down there at that point, okay? So then you're going to want to let this one play, and as that one's going, you hear the hi-hat again on this side, and you're going to drop this hi-hat over here twice, just the same as you did the bass drum. And it'll be falling hi-hat, snare will just happen, and then hi-hat. Okay? So, it's like this. Just like that. One more time. Watch out. Just like that. Now, once you get it up to that point, then you're going to want to bring it back on the snare over here and just drop it once. Okay? And you can continue doing the shuffle all throughout the records if you want, but when you want to make a pattern and quit it and then bring it back to the beginning and do it again, you'll just want to drop it once and bring this one back around. So this is how it goes. See how I dropped that right there? And when I dropped it, it gave me enough time to pull it back to the beginning. So one more time. And then bring it back. And then bring this one back really quick. And the fader will be over there. And you go like this. Now then, you can step it up a notch and do it on the hi-hat later, so it adds a little variance to the shuffle. So it goes like this. We got the bass drum on this side, and that hi-hat right there, that's what we're going to use. So we're going to start there and do that in between the snares rather than the bass drum. Same thing, just a little different area in the record. Just like that. One more time. All right, so now together, you do one, and then you do the other. And it sounds like this. So that's really hard. So keep watching this over and over again and practicing, and I know you'll get it. At first, it'll be a little difficult, but once, all you gotta do is all about dropping it in between the beats. So if you can do that with the bass drum, just practice. If you just let the record play and you just want to practice that one technique, you just let it play and you go. Watch out now. And you just do the bass drums in between the beats all the way through the song until you feel comfortable, and then you can step it up with the hi-hats and then practice your rewinding. All right, next up, I want to show you something that really wows the crowd. And this is called body tricks. Now, when you're doing your beat juggles in front of the crowd, they're like, huh, what are they doing up there? I have no idea what they're doing, and you might lose them in the middle of your juggle just because it's over their heads. So you want to like step it down for them and give them some body tricks, a little bit of flair to like make some pizzazz within your routine. So first off, I'm going to do some back spinning body tricks. I'm going to find the Watch Out Now that I did in my routine. I'm just going to show you pretty much exactly what I did. And you can do this with any records that you want to backspin with. Watch out now. This is good because it says, watch out now. It's like 1, 2. It gives you a little more time to move around rather than 1, 1, 1, 1. Once you get it fast enough, you can do 1, 1 and faster. Or you could even do it in 3s. But this is 2, so it's pretty easy to learn. All right, first you got your backspinning. So you're going. Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now. So all you do, that's all you're doing throughout the whole thing. But when you add your body tricks, the crowd starts going nuts because they're like, whoa, what are they doing? And it looks like an optical illusion. It looks really hard, but really it's not that hard at all. So first we'll do behind the back, and that's where that twist stretch comes in handy. So first, you start backspinning.
Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now.
All right, and then when you're over here, we're gonna do it with this arm first. When the fader's over here, we're gonna drop this record, and as that drops, we're gonna twist so that we're vertical. Our side is like this, we're facing this way actually. And you're twisting with your feet too. And what you're doing is you're coming around and your arm is making a right angle and you're just clicking the fader over like that. So all you're doing is it's playing,
Watch out now.
and you're clicking it over like that. And same with the other side. It's just the same motion.
Watch out now.
And you're clicking it over that way. So, with this side, this is what it looks like.
Watch out now. Watch out now.
Twist, push over, pull back. And when the pull back, when you want to bring it back, it helps. It's called the yellow pages. Basically, you're taking this hand and pulling it, and then you're catching it with this hand. So watch how I do it.
Watch out now. Watch out now.
Twist,
Watch out now.
pull back, and then you drop it, okay? So without speaking, I'm gonna do it.
Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now.
Just like that. And you do the same on the other side. Okay, next up, I'm gonna show you the shoulder trick. And you can also do this with your elbow. So we'll do the elbow first, because that's a little easier. All right, all you're doing, same backspinning,
Watch out now. Watch out
and
now.
then you add the elbow.
Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now.
You see that? So same thing,
Watch out now.
drop
Watch out
it,
now.
elbow,
Watch out now.
and pull it back with this hand. No yellow pages, just pull it straight back. Okay, next is the shoulder. It's a little harder, okay? You gotta make sure that the turntables are at least waist level, okay? Otherwise, you'll be bending too far, and it'll be hard. Same with the next trick I'm gonna show you. But first, the shoulder. All right, so it's the same thing as the elbow, but you're leaning in, and basically, the fader will be over here. You're leaning in and catching it with your shoulder, just like that. All right? One more time. Leaning and catching it with your shoulder. And I like to spin around too, so, and that looks a little more like pizzazzy. So we're gonna do that. Shoulder. All right, so we're back spinning.
Watch out now. Watch out now.
And then you lean in
Watch out now. Watch out now.
and turn around. Okay, ready? One more time.
Watch out now. Watch out now.
Lean in and turn around.
Watch out now.
And you can do the yellow pages again. You catch it and pull it right there. All right, last time.
Watch out now. 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 Watch out now.
When you get fast, you don't even have to use the yellow pages. Okay, next up is behind the back. Now, the first time I saw this one, Rock Rada was doing it in DMC, and he was like ripping it. So I'm going to show you a little easier way to do it, and then you can work up your speed and be like Rock Rada. So first, same backspin.
Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now.
Okay, and we're going to go into the shoulder and spin around, and then go into behind the back. Now with behind the back, basically what you're doing is you're moving the fader with your back, okay? And at first you're like, oh my gosh, how do I do this? But really it just happens naturally, because if you lean in, if you see how the fader's moving, it's moving back and forth as I move. And you're gonna catch the records like this. Okay, so just practice that movement first. Practice moving the fader back and forth with your back, and then you can add in the records. And it sounds like this.
Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now.
Now I'm
Watch out
here.
now. Watch out now. Watch out now.
So one more time, a little slower. So here we go.
Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now.
And then reach and pull it, reach and pull it, and try not to pull it before you move your back over, okay? So last time, without me talking.
Watch out now. 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 Watch out now.
And every time you turn, you look and you pull it back.
Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now. Watch out now.
And then you can keep doing
Watch
this.
out now.
You can turn around behind the back right there.
Watch out now. Watch out now.
Basically, you're just turning, and then you push the fader over as you're turning, just like that. Okay. So there's some body tricks with the backspin. Now the last thing is body tricks with the walk. And if you remember the walk from the 101, remember it was like this. Okay, back and forth. Or you can catch the hi-hat right there. I like that one better. That sounds funkier. So we're going to do that. Now all this is the same back and forth motion, right? But what you're doing now is you're just going to try one hand first instead of like this. And all you're doing is moving the fader with this hand back and forth, and this hand's doing like this, and it's going the opposite. So you're like this, cross, away, cross. Okay? So we'll do that first. Start walking, and then you switch. And then you can go in the middle. You leave the fader in the middle, and all you're doing right there is you're going like this, and in and out of each arm, just like that. So one more time. That was 2. Here we go. Cross over, and then both hands cross over with the fader in the middle. Regular walk. Here we go, the crossover. Leave it in the middle. And you can do one-handed. And then you can do your behind the back. And you're just twisting. And once that hand leaves, you got to do the double. So basically you're going boom, 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 boom. Okay? So in order to get around, you got to go like this. So it's natural. One more time. All of them in a row. Here we go. You ready? All right, here we go. Crossover. Leaving the fader in the middle and crossing in and out. One hand. If it skips, try to catch it. That's another beat juggle trick right there. Okay, behind the back. And you can even fade out the other one as you're doing it, just like that. So there you go. That's body tricks. I hope that helps you, and see you next time.
Yeah. See you later. See you later. See you later. See you later. Shorty. Come on, bounce. MC on my knee.